Hello, my dears. Today at America House, we will discuss about an interesting opportunity for you to study abroad, and it's about the Benjamin Franklin Transatlantic Fellowship that the American Embassy is proposing to all of you who is aged 18. So I welcome you to our discussion, our informative session. I hope you will enjoy it, and I hope you can find here the best and most interesting information that will convince you to apply for this great fellowship. Here with me today are Natalia Sedelkova from the U.S. Embassy, Moldova, and Ioan Lecăr, a fellowship, alumnus of this great fellowship. Welcome. And thank you for being with us and answering our questions. Natalia, can you please tell us a little bit about this opportunity, about this study opportunity for the students from Moldova? For what age it is foreseen, and what is the application process? What should they do in the first stage?
Of course, absolutely. Thank you, Daniela. Hello, everyone. I'm delighted to be here. Thank you for your interest in the Benjamin Franklin Transatlantic Fellowship Program, or BFTF for short. Before I tell you more about this amazing program, I'd like to tell you a short story about myself. Many years ago, it feels like a century probably, I was sitting in your place and listening to a presentation about an exchange program. And I was thinking, this sounds so interesting. I was really curious, but I was thinking, would they choose me? Because, I was studying well, but I wasn't sure whether my English would be well enough, or I don't have any special talents or achievements. So why should I apply? But I still decided to give it a try, and I applied. And to my surprise, I was selected. And of course, I was thrilled, but at the same time, very nervous, because I've never been outside of my village, outside of the region, out of the country. And here I was proposed to travel over the ocean. So, but my expectations went above and beyond, because it was so interesting. We lived in an American family. We went to the university. We visited many classes, traveled around. So my exchange program experience has changed my life. It opened my eyes. It broadened my horizon. And the reason I'm telling you this is that if you want changes in your life, and if you want to contribute to your country, the program is for you. And I'll be happy to talk more about the program. So BFTF program has been open. The recruitment for the program has been open for a couple of weeks now, and the deadline is, as Daniela said, on February the 12th. It's a 4-week intensive summer program, and here I have to mention that it is fully funded by the Department of State. And the program will bring together 55 students. 45 of them will be from all European countries, and 10 of them will be from the United States.
So it's very important to stress the fact that it will be an exchange between European and American students, right?
Absolutely, yes. The program is between the students from all European countries and from the United States.
How many are going to leave from Moldova to be there? How many students from Moldova will be selected?
Yeah, I got your question. From Moldova, we'll be sending only one student. So we'll be selecting one principal and one alternate candidate. Alternate candidate means that if the principal cannot go, then the alternate can travel.
Super.
Well, unfortunately, only one candidate, the best and the only for one particular year, who is 18 years old. And the program will consist of several lectures, of the debates. It's very interesting courses. Highly qualified speakers will be talking. But at the same time, it will be complemented by the site visits, by a lot of travel. And the students, I guess, maybe Ioan, you can tell us more about that. I think for about 10 days, the participants get to live in an American family.
Yeah.
Is that
absolutely
right?
true? Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Natalia, can you tell us more about the application process? What right now our students should do if they want to apply for this fellowship?
Yes, sure, with pleasure. So the recruitment is on now until February the 12th, and we're looking for young Moldovans, Moldovan leaders with good communicative skills, and ones who would be willing to work with the European and American youth to build a network that would lead to a lifetime of change. The eligibility requirements. The first and the most important one is that you have to be a resident of Moldova. Also, the residents of Transnistria can also participate regardless of the citizenship. That means that even if they have Ukrainian, Romanian, or even I don't know, Russian citizenship, they can still participate and they are eligible. It is also important that the participants have to be 18 years of old. The program starts at the end of June. That means that by the beginning of the program, by June 22, they have to be 18 years old. They have to be very proficient in English. There are no tests required, but they have to be able to speak freely in English, because at the end, once they apply, they will be invited to the embassy for an interview, and the interview will be conducted by American diplomats, and the selection panel will be interviewing the person in English. So you have to demonstrate that you have good English skills. And these are in general. Please access our website and apply. The application form is very simple. You don't need to register anywhere to create any accounts. Just click on the link and it will take you to a Google form. And the form itself, it consists basically of, I would say, two parts. The first part of the application is you just answer the basic questions, the ones from your passport, where you're from, the name and everything. And the second part of the application is there are 3 essays that you need to write. Don't be scared by the essays, because they don't need to be very lengthy, just 2 paragraphs each. The first is and you do have time to prepare. It's not something ad hoc that you're asked right away to write them. The first essay, you have to describe why you think you are unique and you should be chosen for the program. And then the second essay is you have to describe what would you change in your local community. And the third one is what does diversity mean to you? So basically, these are the main requirements that you have to go through to be able to apply for the program.
Thank you, Natalia. It was very interesting, your proposal, and what is with the expectations that we have for this fellowship. Dion, can you tell us if the application process was a difficult one, and what you found most difficult in this application forms? Natalia just mentioned about the essays. Did you find them difficult to write? Was it a challenge for you? How it went last year?
Yeah, from the beginning, I thank you for this opportunity to share my experience. Then the application process was the same as it is in this year. I was able to write these 3 essays, and for me it was something in between, because when you have to write something about another person, it's very useful when you think that this person, I know him or her, because I know what qualities she has or he has. But when you have something to write about you, it's the most difficult one, because you need to characterize yourself, because you need to understand what are you good for and what you're able to do. So my application process were not as difficult as I expected, but I managed. So the most difficult part for me was who I am, what I want to be, what I want to contribute in myself and my development, for after that to contribute in my society.
Okay, so first of all, as I understand, first of all, you have to define your objectives, your strengths, and then afterwards you just fill in this form. Otherwise, it's a little bit hard, let's say. Do
You
you
need to
think?
understand what are your advantages for this life. In general, what do you want to bring something that will be useful, not as for you, because we don't need to think about ourselves. We need to think about our society to create something prosperous.
And in the same time, I think Natalia, the participant or the one who wants to get this fellowship should think about his or her unicity, right? What makes the difference, let's say so? Why that person is namely suitable for this fellowship?
Yes, exactly. Because we want to choose a leader, a candidate for the program who has the potential to be like a force multiplier. Like, in other words, somebody who would be able to have an impact not only on his family and friends, but also on their community, the society, ultimately even the country. I think I remember that he once said that in his application that he's dreaming to become a future president. That caught our attention as well.
That's right. And that's why I applied for this program, and that's why I changed my faculty proposal for that, because my objective was to be a something like chemistry engineer. But after the program, I chose to be an economist and something in international affairs. Right now, I'm studying in 𝗙𝗲𝗯𝗿𝘂𝗿𝘆, Romania, at the 𝗙𝗲𝗯𝗿𝗂𝗿𝘆 Economy International Affairs.
But hopefully you'll be coming back to Moldova and will be contributing to our country.
That's the objective. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Wonderful.
Nice. So what I want our young people to remember is that when you apply, you have to be 18 years old at the time of the program. So it's very, very important, because the links that you might find also on the American US Embassy page can link you to the application form that is designed for the American citizens. And there the conditions are slightly different, right, Natalia?
Yes, exactly. As I said, that the program will be bringing 55 students total. 45 of them are from the European countries, and 10 of them will be from the United States. And the link, which is on our page, is given for those who want to find out more about the program. And when you go to that link, you would be directed to the university, the one that you'll be visiting, to their website, and that's mainly for the American students. And the conditions for them are from 16 to 18 years old. Our students can participate in the program once they become 18 years old.
Exactly. So please keep in the loop this thing. And you told me that you received some questions last year during the registration process, and this year, of course, people are coming with different questions regarding the application forms. And now I think we can solve here, because I hope a lot of people are watching right now. A lot of candidates for this fellowship are watching now, and maybe we can help them decide and even answer to their questions. So what degree of English proficiency should a nominee have? You just mentioned this, but just to go once again through this subject.
Yeah, sure. The candidates must be proficient in English. They have to be fluent. As I said, there will be no test, but the interview will be conducted in English. And since this summer program is very intense, there will be lots of courses, lots of activities. The person has to be able to communicate freely in English and make friends, to participate actively in the classes, and then to contribute, to write maybe a project with his fellows. So the level of English has to be quite proficient.
Do they have to have a TOEFL test or any other international tests?
Fortunately, no.
This is great.
No tests, yes.
Ioan,
Just those small essays. That's all.
That's the only. Ioan, did you have an international test at that moment when you applied?
I applied last year for TOEFL test, and I have scored 85 points for that test. So, but I applied for the test after I was chosen for an interview for the program. So,
So it's not very important, as Natalia said.
yeah,
It's not obligatory. It's not mandatory for you to
yeah,
have the test. So
absolutely.
go ahead. Yes, so go ahead and take your chance to this. How much money will the participants need to bring to this program? Is there a budget, an initial budget that they have to think about?
Well, the beauty of the exchange program is that it is fully funded by the Department of State and by the American people, which means that the travel, lodging, meals, transportation, emergency medical care, everything, absolutely everything is covered. But at the same time, I mentioned that if the participant wants to buy some souvenirs or some personal items, well, those have to be purchased with personal money, of course. Right, Ioan? I mean, you had the same experience?
Yeah,
the theory coincides with the practice?
Yeah, I was very to say that not as much as I expected, but these money that was brought to me in the program was enough for all of the things. I had only $200 what I brought for myself, but after that I was covered with everything, so I didn't need so much.
Yeah, so it's a free of charge fellowship. You don't have to have too much money to go on this journey. So yeah, again, our call is to be active and to apply for it.
Daniela, I must mention that, I mean, it's free of charge for the participant, but it's not free of charge. It's quite an expensive, I mean, to send someone over the ocean. So it is paid, but it's not paid by the participant, but by the American side.
Exactly.
So I mean, we need to keep that in mind.
It's fully covered. What we wanted to stress is that this fellowship is fully covered by the American Embassy, by the American partners.
By State Department. Yes, that's correct.
Yeah, thank you. How much time, free time, will the participant have during this program? Do participants get to travel a lot in this period, Ioan? How do you?
Yeah, quite a lot. And you have free time after the classes and the courses that you have at the university. I mean, in the afternoon, maybe in the evening, but you have quite a lot free time. I traveled a lot. Started with 𝗙𝗲𝗿𝗄𝗿, the city where I was studying in Purdue University. So we moved to Chicago, Illinois. We were in the Washington, D.C. We were also in Philadelphia. So I had a lot of pictures with my traveling cities where I were in the United States. And a lot of free time you have because the course starts in the, as I remember, in the 9 a.m. and they're finishing because we have something in between them, the courses, and we finished it at 4 p.m. So after that, you have free time as you want to go, not far away in the city, but quite in the area where you are staying. But when you have the time period in the family that you have given the 10 days, you have a lot of time that your family prepared for your maybe traveling in the area, maybe going some museums that you have in that city. So that's wonderful.
Nice, very nice. Now I'm wondering if the candidate that will go there from Moldova will have some relatives in America. Will have time to visit them? Will they have this opportunity? How does it happen, Natalia?
Unfortunately not. It's not a trip for a vacation. It's a huge opportunity, once a lifetime opportunity. And you have to get involved in a very intensive course. And you have to participate. And then even if there is some free time, it's more, to communicate with with the other participants from other countries, and not only to learn from them and maybe to tell them about your own country. So it's a permanent exchange. And unfortunately, no, you cannot be visited or travel around and visit your friends of friends or relatives.
Yeah, and it's just a question: if the person have already traveled to US before, is he or she eligible for this program? So maybe they went to US for a vacation holiday, or even with another fellowship, with another scholarship. Are they available?
Yeah, they are eligible, but we have to mention that the preference will be given to those who have no experience or very little experience of travel in the United States.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What about, it's only a 4-week experience, let's say.
Yes,
so.
From June 22 to July 20th.
Exactly. And if the participant wants to stay there on his own, on her own money, to stay and visit more, maybe after the program or maybe before the program, is this possible?
One of the eligibility requirements is that, the participant has to be eligible for J1 visa. J1 visa means that that's an exchange type of visa. Once the program is over, you have to come back to Moldova and reside here for 2 years. And at the same time, it means that only the dates indicated in the J1 visa are the ones allowed to be to stay in the United States. So you cannot depart earlier or stay later after the program. Those dates are indicated in the visa, and they are very strict, and you have to follow them as a participant.
Okay, so yeah, bear this in mind, that it's only the period indicated in the call that you can stay there in America.
Yes.
If, I don't know, some reasons, I don't know, some unexpected situation appear, can a participant miss one part or one component of the program? How do you visit this kind of extreme situations, if they might arise? I don't know. Might happen. It happens sometimes.
I'm sorry, Danielle, because of the connection, I think I haven't heard the first part of the question. What is it?
Yes, in case of an emergency situation, I don't know, some health problems. Mm-hmm. Yeah, already the person was selected. It is clear that she will go for this fellowship, and something unexpected appears. And the person cannot be present or can miss one part of the program, one module. Is this possible? How it is manageable?
Well, theoretically, first of all, for the emergency medical care is covered, and anything can happen. I mean, we are all humans, and I believe that if the person, if there is an emergency and the person gets sick, it depends how badly sick. They could probably continue their courses online if they're able. But if the situation is worse, then it's very individual. But I think it can be discussed, yes, with the program. I don't know. Did it happen with anyone? Of the fellows that you've been together with, Yuan? Did anyone get
not
sick?
Widely, but not as much as a healthy issues, but some delays of the airport flights.
Yeah, those
so
unfortunate.
only that, yeah. And they were just a delay for the 2 days in the New York airport. So not as much as the healthy issues, but other things, the problems that could be.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so it's flexible. It's like we understand the situation, but of course we recommend that you don't miss any course, any module. We recommend you to take the whole program from the beginning till the end. Another question coming from our audience is, will applicants with disabilities be considered for this fellowship? Yeah, did you hear, Natalia, my question? Yeah, I was wondering if participants with disabilities will be considered for this fellowship.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Yes, we welcome the participants with the disabilities. I mean, and just in general, regardless of the gender, race, ethnicity, any disability, I mean, everyone is welcome to apply. The only thing we would ask is that if the person has a disability or maybe an allergy or any other, I mean, something very specific and individual, they need to mention that in the application form so that we work with the Purdue University. We discuss with the program organizers back in DC so that that they make a reasonable accommodation for that particular participant. But yes, I mean, all equal opportunities for absolutely everybody with different background.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, basically, these were the main and the most important things that we wanted to stress during our conversation about this Benjamin Franklin Fellowship. More information you can find on the link that will bring you to this page and the information. But now I just want to give the floor to Ioan, because I am very interested in finding out more about the skills, the impressions, the memories that you've made during this period last year in the United States. What was the most memorable about this fellowship? What inspired you the most, and what keeps you, moving things right now? Where are you now?
Okay,
a lot of questions in one. Sorry, you can take them one by one.
Yeah. Okay. So starting with that, I have a lot of members of my new family because I created a new family there with
the host family.
44. Yeah, about the students that were coming from the Europe and 10 with them 10 states of the United States of America. So my impressions are amazing because in order that maybe people think that, okay, I'm applying for this program, maybe I'm not eligible, maybe I'm not so creative as other ones, but you cannot see other participants or applicants that are applying with you at the same moment. But in the final, when you go to United States and you see a lot of members there and you don't think that, okay, that's so much people here and I don't know how to create, how to bring that relationship between us, how to manage with that. But the first person was from the Great Britain. She was a girl of 19 years old, and she told me that the program is for everyone and it's for the contributing your society. And here you have a connection all between Europe and 10 states of the United States. And whenever you have a problem or whenever you have an issue that it's relating to something that it's impossible for you, you cannot rely on us because we will help you. So that's the most interesting thing because you have one person in each country of Europe and one person in 10 states of USA that can rely on you and will help you whatever problems you have. Then the creativity. All the members that I have met there are unique and creativity of their souls, of their souls are high impression. So if they will come here in Moldova, I will have something like 𝗙𝗲𝗶𝗿𝗄 because with their motivation that have impressed my life. So they brought me some kind of motivation that was looking forward to international relations because we were studied their international relations. And that's why I chose my faculty at the university. And the politics is the most important thing in our society. The politics were also in the antique times, and as they are important in our times and for the future also. Then people there are not just the teens that we have maybe in some cities that they are going and not thinking about the future, but people who are concentrated on their future. They're teenagers, like that say that maybe some mature on their brains, and they are looking forward to contribute all over the world, starting with their country and after that to the continent and after that to our planet. So I think that the program is useful not as for me, but contributing and starting with myself, what I need to do, what I need to improve in myself, after that in my community, and after that to create a peaceful world. So that's the most important thing that I have seen there.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your impressions, for your great story, actually. Would you consider the possibility to go back to America sometimes with another program?
Well, that's a great question, but uh, maybe who knows? Um, right now, I'm concentrating on my faculty degree because I want to be somewhere in Europe, but not living in America, but for exchange and something that programs that might have impact our society or something that relatively to our continent Europe may have just foster some relationships. Maybe I will go, but who knows? Starting with, I want to create something that where I'm useful to be, not just thinking in the future where I will go.
Thank you.
But
Interesting perspective, indeed. It's a very constructive one. What
yeah,
are your main takeaways from the Americans? What did you want to bring in Moldova, in Romania, or whatever you would like to leave, uh, especially from the American people? What did you like the most? Maybe their character, maybe some of their behaviors, maybe some of their, I don't know, way of study. What would you like to bring here and to maybe to implement even? Why not?
um, okay. Starting with the all Americans are smiling every time. When they see them, they're just with their big smile on their face. Hello, hello. Whatever. If you don't know them, or maybe personally you don't just met them anywhere, but when just you met persons that once I remember once when I arrived, the first person was an American sitting next to me in the Atlanta airport in the Georgia. So this person was from Purdue University. He was a teacher, English teacher. So I never met this person, but hello, how are you? Just I know that you're coming from too far away, but how did you know that? Because I'm just coming here from back far away from the Moldova, the country that no one is knowing about because this is small country in the East European East European area, and they are smiling. Then after I arrived at university, I have seen a lot of spaces that is my project I want to implement in the Moldova because Moldova is the best country in the world, and for me, that yeah, and I want to live in Moldova. So I have seen many spaces that are called calm room or restoring room that have sofas and tables for students to decrease their anger and to feel not as stressful as in the classes, but they can go there and do their homework for the next day. And that's why I chose that project to implement. But for right now, I'm applying for some grants, and I know that it's so expensive, but I think I can manage. And the third thing that I have seen in American society was their um, museums and their history places, that they're are not as some places that we have in Moldova, not reconstructed, but they pay attention to their history. They want to not to repeat the same mistakes as they were done in their back in history. So some places at museums, they pay attention to their personalities that have improved their history, their political situation. So they can, after that, manage to um, study the whole of Rio or the history to improve their mindset, to create something that will not bring uh, the bad things, or not just improve the good things, to be as how to say that, they manage to, in order to be a peaceful and the best country in the world. So their patriotism, their mindset, they just are mind-blowing. I want that all the Moldovans be proud of their country, because as a Moldova, the small country, we also have the big history. We have motivation to go forward, because okay, that were a lot of wars that happened in the history, but we are Moldovans. We also are a nation, and we have to be proud of us.
Totally support.
Yeah, impressive memories, and yeah, great final, I would say, for this nice study, and great message, final message. I really enjoyed it. I'm very glad that we have.
Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for the U.S. Embassy. Thank you for the Department of State. I'm very grateful for all the things that have done to me. I'm grateful for the experience, and hope in the future we'll be colleagues, and maybe I will achieve my dream of my life, and finding that Moldova will be also a great nation with all of the other countries in the world.
Yeah, with such great young people like you, I'm sure, with such young ambassadors. Basically, you are the ambassador, Moldovan ambassador, in that namely state, city, campus, group, let's say so. The one who talked more or a lot about Moldova, I'm sure about that. And yeah, thank you for bringing the knowledge about Moldova to the other people, to the other nations, to the other young people. Indeed, it's great. We would like to have you here in Moldova, working near us, building a better society, and that's what we expect for the person who would participate in this fellowship this year, to go there to bring from the American culture and space whatever she considers necessary and important and useful for the Moldovan society, and to come back here in Moldova and to start implementing it. Yeah, this is the proactive spirit that has to guide us. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining our information session. Thank you so much, Natalia, for this very practical tour guide through this fellowship. Thank you, Ioan, for your impressions, for your thoughts, for your smile. I hope it's like authentic Moldovan. And yeah, we encourage all of you who is watching right now to apply for this great fellowship, and to be courageous. And if you have any other questions, please let them in the comments. We will try to answer them as quick as possible and as concrete as possible. And if Ioan would like also to bring his input here, we are waiting. We're waiting also for his answers and comments. Thank you, dear colleagues. Thank you a lot. It was a pleasure for me to discuss with you and to find out more about this fellowship. I hope it was a very useful session for all of you who watch right now. And yeah, if you have questions, please leave them and hope to see you on the list of the participants, and why not on the list of those who live for America in this summer.
Absolutely, Daniela. And I just wanted also to mention that those who are watching and have questions, they could leave them as comments. They could also write to us. We have the great exchanges team who will be answering your questions if you write to us to the education -Moldova @state.gov address. And one more point I just wanted as an encouragement, those who are not 18 years old yet, probably if you watch this session, you'll be fully prepared for next year. The ones who are 18 years old, you can apply, and please do so. The ones who are older than 18 years old, we have many other exchange programs that our website, and if you have any type of questions, please send them to us and we'll be happy to respond. There is Global U-Grad program, there is SUSE for Young Leaders program. I mean, there is always something. At least once a week, we'll follow the web.
Okay, Natalia seems to have a bad connection, internet connection, but I think we managed to solve the main issues. We discussed the main important things about this fellowship. Thank you, Ioan, once again. Hope to see you sometime
for this informational session. Yeah. Good luck for all the potential applicants.
Yes, and please remember that on America House, you can always find important and useful information about American culture, American events, about the U.S. Embassy's study opportunities, and for many, many other. Natalia just joined us. Sorry, Natalia.
Sorry, connection problems.
Yeah. So, we were saying that we are waiting people at America House. They are welcome to find out more about American culture, American events, and about different opportunities to study in the US. Thank you, dear Lears, a lot.
And thank you for hosting us. Yes. We appreciate it. And it's all about, I just remember that one of our prominent alumnus is Daniel Vodeh, who's a spokesperson at the government. He went on this program in 2010, I guess. And this acronym, which is BFTF, Benjamin Franklin Transatlantic Fellowship Program, he named it Best Friends Forever, something, Best Friends Together Forever, something like that. So the exchange program has a finite period of time, but friendship lasts forever. And the impact that you could, the way you could benefit your country once you participate in this kind of exchange programs is huge. Do not be shy and apply.
Yes. Thank you all for everything. So see you next time. Maybe we will have any other opportunities, study opportunities, that we'll have the chance to discuss about it. So waiting for you in another session, informative session. Thank you, Natalia. Thank you, Ioan. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.